It all started with the jingle of an ice cream truck, that cheerful tune that makes every kid's heart skip a beat. My daughter, Lila, was 7, her braids bouncing as she hopped across our driveway in Pinewood Grove, clutching a handful of coins. "Ice cream," she yelled, her voice ringing through the quiet street. I smiled from the porch, watching her joy. But then, a sleek black SUV screeched to a stop. Margaret Hensley, the iron-fisted president of our HOA, rolled down her window, her face twisted like she'd bitten a lemon. "Young lady," she snapped, "the noise ordinance ban shouting before 10 a.m. or after 7 p.m. And that truck? Commercial vehicles violate our bylaws, Section 14. Lila's smile faded. "I'm sorry, Mrs. Hensley," she mumbled. Margaret's eyes narrowed. "This is your family's 3rd violation this month, Miss Carter." I stepped forward. "She's just excited, Margaret. She's 7. Margaret's gaze flicked to me, cold and cutting. "Rules are rules, Elise. Maybe if you had a husband to instill discipline, your daughter wouldn't be so unruly." The jab stung. As a single mom, new to this mostly white neighborhood, I'd felt her judgment since we moved in 6 months ago. One of the few black families in Pinewood, we were always under a microscope. "The truck's Leah VYing," I said, ushering Lila inside. "We got popsicles, honey." As Margaret drove off, I caught her staring at us in her rear EW mirror, something sharp in her eyes. I should have known that look meant trouble. I never imagined she'd go so far as to kidnap my daughter and lock her in her car trunk for 9 hours. All because Lila's beautiful voice dared to shine. It was Lila's solo at the community park concert that set it off. She'd always been a singer, even as a toddler, nailing every note on the radio after one listen. After my divorce, her music was our lifeline, her voice a spark in our darkest days. When her school choir announced a performance at Pinewood Park, Lila practiced for weeks, twirling in her new purple dress. "Will they like my solo, Mommy?" she asked, eyes wide. "They'll love it, baby. Your voice is magic." At the park, I sat in the front row, phone ready to capture her moment. When Lila stepped up for her solo, singing "What a Wonderful World," the crowd fell silent. Her voice soared, pure and heartbreaking, carrying a depth no 7-year-old should know. People wiped tears, but not Margaret. From her VIP seat, she glared, whispering to other HOA board members, her face sour. When the applause erupted, her scowl deepened. After the choir's bow, Lila tugged my sleeve. "I need the bathroom, Mommy." She pointed to the restrooms behind some hedges. "I'm a big girl. I can go alone." Reluctantly, I nodded. "Straight there and back." She skipped off, her purple dress vanishing behind the greenery. 15 minutes later, she hadn't returned. My stomach twisted. The restroom was empty. Panic set in. The concert stopped, the park locked down, police swarmed, and search parties fanned out. Lila's photo smiling in her purple dress flashed on news screens as helicopters buzzed above. Hours dragged on with no trace. Security cameras showed her heading to the restroom, but the area behind was a blind spot. It was like she'd vanished. As night fell, I sat on a park bench, clutching Lila's choir folder, terror-numbing me. Neighbors I barely knew searched, calling her name into the dark. Then I noticed something odd. Margaret wasn't helping. Every other HOA board member was out there, but not her. Stranger still, her SUV was still in the VIP lot, hours after the concert was canceled. Why hadn't she left? A sick feeling grew. I'd overheard her days earlier, griping about Lila's solo. "They gave a solo to a child who doesn't belong here," she'd said. "That's not the Pinewood image." I approached her car, peering inside. Nothing in the seats, but as I circled, I heard Ida faint tapping from the trunk. My heart stopped. "Lila." I pressed my ear to the metal. The tapping grew frantic. "Help!" I screamed, while VYing at searchers. "She's in here." Officer Daniels ran over with volunteers. "Are you sure?" he asked. "Listen." The weak thuds were unmistakable. They found Margaret in the park office, demanding her keys. She balked, calling me hysterical. "I misplaced them," she said, her cool cracking. A firefighter, done with her excuses, pried the trunk open with a tool. The sight broke me. Lila, curled up, her dress soaked with sweat, lips cracked, barely conscious. The trunk was an oven 115 degrees, they later measured. She'd been trapped for 9 hours, suffocating in that airless tomb. As police cuffed Margaret, she said calmly. Her voice disrupted our cultural standards. Some children need to learn their place. Lila spent 5 days in the hospital, battling dehydration and heat exhaustion. But the real damage was deeper. My VY Brant girl stopped speaking, struck by selective mutism, her voice stolen by trauma. For 8 months, she communicated only through notes and drawings. One, from therapy, haunted me. A girl with an X over her mouth, locked in a box, musical notes floating out of reach. I turned my rage into action. Detectives uncovered Margaret's history journals detailing lessons for 22 children over her 12-year reign, targeting kids of color, kids with disabilities, or from single-parent homes. She'd locked them in sheds, closets, even her trunk, silencing those Visalia. Her influence over police, schools, and city council silenced complaints with code violations or audits. The case exploded nationally. HOA President locks 7-year-old in trunk. Margaret's trial exposed her cruelty. A video from her phone showed her luring Lila with a fake promise of ice cream, then threatening her into the trunk. No one wants your kind of voice here, she sneered. The jury conned Ted her in 3 hours, sentencing her to 36 years for each hour Lila suffered. Lila's silence lingered, each quiet day a win from Margaret. Then came Sarah Lee, a music therapist and former VY Tim, locked in Margaret's shed at 8 for playing VY Olin too loudly. Sarah played simple melodies, coaxing Lila to tap, then hum. In their 10th session, as Sarah played Lila's solo song, Lila whispered, "My voice didn't belong here." Sarah took her hands. "Your voice belongs everywhere beauty does." Slowly, note by note, Lila's voice returned. A year later, Pinewood ousted the HOA board, forming a diverse council. I joined as VYC chair, launching the Every Voice Matters program, funding arts for all kids with Margaret's misused HOA funds. 2 years after the ordeal, Lila, now 9, decided to sing at the concert again. "I need to finish my song, Mommy," she said, eyes fierce. The park overflowed with supporters, reporters, even Margaret's other VY Tims. When Lila sang "What a Wonderful World," her voice, stronger now, filled the air. The crowd's standing ovation roared. Lila smiled, truly smiled for the first time since that day. Walking home, she asked, "Can Mrs. Hensley hear singing in prison?" I paused. I don't know. Why? Because even in the dark, I heard music in my head. It kept me brave. I hope she has something like that. Her compassion stunned me. 5 years on, Lila's 12, her voice filling concert halls. She performs at detention centers, sharing music with the silenced. At national conference, she told leaders, "You can lock a person away, but not their song. It'll come out louder, stronger, more beautiful." Lila's music drifts through our home. Proof hate didn't win. Margaret's attempt to silence one voice sparked a chorus. VY Tims found courage. Pinewood found its soul, and Lila's song became unstoppable. What do you think? Did Margaret deserve her 36-year sentence? Or was it too harsh? Should kids like Lila have to follow strict HOA rules? Or is that silencing their joy? How would you fight back in a community like Pinewood? Drop your thoughts below, hit like, and subscribe for more stories that'll make you think.